Referencing outputs between resources. When one resource depends on another, Terraform must answer a quiet question. Not, how do I create this, but what identity flows into this argument? Terraform is intentional about how it shares information. It does not wire values loosely, it wires meaning through the graph. Today we are looking at how outputs from one resource becomes inputs to another, and why Terraform treats that relationship as structural, not procedural. This is about inference, not instruction. Terraform is not just copying a string from one box to another, it is weaving a thread between them. That thread tells Terraform these two identities are related. The value may appear simple, but the reference carries structure. Once that thread exists, Terraform must respect it everywhere in the graph. This is an architectural relationship, not a data transfer trick. Terraform sees this as more than a value lookup. The ID is not just data. It is proof that the instance identity depends on the security group's existence. Terraform infers the security group must be created first. The instance cannot exist without it. This inference is automatic. No ordering rules were written. From that single reference, Terraform infers three things. First, there's the dependency edge. Second, the reference resource must be known before planning the dependent resource. Third, destroy order is reversed automatically. This is why references are powerful. They define causal structure, not configuration convenience. An output is not a return value. It is named exit for meaning. Think of an output as a window. It does not force anyone to look. It simply makes the view available. Until something references it, nothing changes. The graph remains exactly the same. This output does nothing by itself. It does not change the graph. It does not create the dependencies. It only names a value that could be referenced. The graph remains unchanged until something asks for it. Now the output matters. Terraform infers the module must be evaluated first. The resource depends on the module's internal graph. The output becomes the dependency boundary. This is how Terraform allows controlled communication between graphs. Outputs act like gates. They allow the dependency information to cross module boundaries, but only where explicitly permitted. This friction is there to protect the integrity of your infrastructure. Terraform does not guess intent. It waits to be told where meaning is allowed to leave. If two resources share meaning without a reference, Terraform cannot see the relationship. No reference means no the dependency. No the dependency means Terraform is free to act in parallel. Nothing is broken. Nothing is misused. The graph is simply incomplete, and incomplete graphs cannot protect intent. Later, we will see how implicit dependencies differ from explicit depends on. For now, remember, by using references, we allow the graph to speak for itself.